It's something that I want to display real quick, like I give my commentary. And oh boy, I got to keep it real with you. We're in trouble, but for all rational men and rational minded people, you'll learn a little something after this is over. Anyway, let's talk about it. I got to let something play real quick. Hold on just a second.
Look at the girl, look at that! Shorty with the bonnet on looking like, I didn't think they was gonna do that for real. Other girl in the back like, oh, shit. Girl in the front, she like, they really just did that. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all ass look like the skinny Fro sisters. Get y'all goof ass on. Get y'all goof ass on somewhere, folks.
Y'all, what I tell y'all, what the fuck? Go, I'm calling my uncle.
Calling your uncle? What you tell y'all? What you just told us was they weren't gonna do nothing, then they did something. You need to shut the up. Don't say nothing else. You it up for everybody in the car. For all we know, if you didn't say nothing, they would have never did it. You are compromising the safety of everyone in the vehicle, ma'am. Violation number 2. Now you talking about you calling your uncle.
Well, I know y'all hear him.
Ma'am, you need to duck. Talking about you calling your uncle. You still on live entertaining these people? This is not a paid show. At least do it on YouTube. Y'all get paid for this shit, man, sometime.
I know y'all.
Talking about I know y'all hear it. Yeah, what do you?
Oh boy. Where do I even begin with this? And I don't want to laugh, man, but look, let me just hurry up and get this out the way. Okay. Change the name of the title to 4 girls in Memphis, 4 queens in Memphis who are Uber delivery drivers go to drop off a meal that somebody ordered from Rollo's Rip Shack in a white neighborhood. And a white man complains his ribs have been licked on by these ghetto hood rats in bonnets. So he knocked one of them in the head with a set of ribs. They run back into the car, and the next thing you know, they hear bullet shots. Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, Tamara Hall, what's that bald-headed lesbian woman on MSNBC? You know what I'm talking about. Damn it, I can't think of her name. I don't even look at MSNBC, but y'all, Rachel Maddow, you know, the entire Twitter hashtag black girls shot at by a racist white man, you know, in Memphis or wherever, you know. You know, would we be laughing about this? See, and I just want to say this for the record. I ain't going to even make this video too long. This is why it's hard to take Black death seriously. Now, this dude is such a clown, and at times, there are situations, you know, the way I look at life, it's situations that are so bad that sometimes the only thing you can do is to make fun of it and laugh about it, really, you know. The only thing you can do is to try to get some humor, but at the same time, for all fairness and in all honesty, from a somewhat mildly conservative, center-left conservative viewpoint, I would say that you know that if you just switch up a few dynamics in this situation now, you can see this guy. And, you know, something else I wanted to talk about real quick, like just a quick note on it. His name is Mac Mula or something like that. I just happened to, I didn't even run into the channel. Actually, YouTube recommended me this channel, and he's been around. I did a little research on the channel, 2016. So he's been around 6 years. This is not just a channel that popped up. I was going to say he's at close to 250,000 subs. I guess you could say he's a comedian. But as I go down and as I look at his videos, basically, he's got a bunch of videos, a lot of them out of Chicago, but from random places, just shooting videos where people are shooting. And, you know, some of these videos, people get injured and killed, and he's making a big, giant comedy of it. And I'm telling you, you know, I done seen this. I saw it months ago on Twitter, to where I can't keep a Twitter account. I done had 18 million Twitter accounts. I can't keep a Twitter account. I ain't gonna even tell nobody follow me on Twitter. You know, if you just happen to find me, you just happen to find me. You know, it is what it is. You know, I ain't gonna even give my handle out, you know. You know, I didn't sit up there and I'm thinking to myself, as I seen this channel on Twitter, how the hell does this channel get 386K followers? And this channel is showing nothing but death and violence. It's showing black men being killed. It's, you know, 90% of it is black on black murder. You know, it's just video cam footage and people who recorded it, and, you know, like street cams and, you know, like cameras that are in stores and them little dome cams and corner cams and other stuff, you know, cell phone footage, you know, people that might have recorded something. They in Baltimore up on the 3rd floor of some, you know, high-rise building, and, you know, they caught a shooting outside. And, you know, a lot of it is downright graphic. I mean, blood, bones, and brain, and all that shit all over the place. And I'm thinking to myself, what have I said to anybody on Twitter that's so bad that it's worse than what I'm looking at right here? These people have an agenda, and it's mass desensitizing of black male death and murder, and joking and laughing and kidding. Now, these chicks in these videos were females, and this dude, you know, in a situation where bullets and got shot. Because, man, look, when bullets get fired, them bullets can go anywhere. You know, them bullets can ricochet off something, and then wham, somebody get hit, and you just sitting there looking crazy. 19-year-old Kyla DeRee Davis had her entire life ahead of her when she was riding with her friends, and they were doing the typical thing that 19-year-olds do, and she was set to graduate, and she leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter and a grieving 63-year-old mother, and her mother is incarcerated, and we have to take her incarcerated mother this news that not only is her daughter dead, but she can't go to the funeral, and she is going to have fits at New Jersey State Penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a bullet going in some strange direction, in just the right direction, and you now have an evening time tragedy on your news media and another story for the first 48. And see, the thing of it is, the algorithm controllers, you would think that to some degree or another, even though this dude is funny, you would think that somewhere somebody would be listening to him and saying that, look, in some shape or way, community guidelines, you know, you've got shooting, you've got people being shot at, you know, because I seen on Twitter that one of the many things a tweet can be flagged for is mocking of victims, or, you know, the mocking of people who've been knocked out, killed, murdered, or, you know, some people might not care about other people and might share images of bombed out Palestinian schools and a bunch of dead, you know, people at a school. And, you know, you can't do that. And it would seem that somewhere in the overall algorithms that if that's not legal, that at very least, I ain't gonna say his freedom of speech should be restricted, but there should at least be a warning up there that says this is mocking of people who've been shot at, people who've been shot, people who've been killed, or people who've been assaulted. You know, if you want to stay here for that type of humor, you can stay here, but it is what it is. I don't want to violate anybody's freedom of speech, you know, but, you know, this mass desensitizing of black male and black people, you can see that he's using women here. This normalizing, you know, this is part of the reason why nobody says nothing about the Buffalo killing, just black people being killed, you know, whatever. And one last and final thing that I'll say, in the whole what about black on black crime argument, if a Latino man, if a Asian man, and if an Indian man say, what about black on black crime? There's 4,000, 3,000 murders in the black community every year. Okay. Hindu man killed 3,000 people. What about black on black crime? Y'all killed 3,000 of yourselves. So that's 3,000 under my belt. Asian man killed 3,000 black people. Well, what about black on black crime? Y'all kill each other. I got 3,000 under my belt. Well, white man, what about a black on black crime? Let me kill three or 4,000. Y'all kill 3 or 4,000 a year. And, Indian, Hindu, Pacific Islander. Well, what about black on black crime? And hey, Mr. Arab, jump off the camel. What about black on black crime? Now, if 3,000 black men kill each other a year and you got 6 ethnic groups who are going to justify violence against you because of black on black crime, then now you've got 18,000 people from your group murdered every year. There's a difference between goons in the street and the systematic murder and extermination of people. There's a total difference. I could go on and on, but I'm going to just leave this at what it is. This dude is goofy. He's funny, but I'm straight up telling you, this is part of a larger agenda. And I've just seen to where
I'm always shopping the real. Over 10,000 days.
My bad. Channels like his get bumped up in the algorithms and they inflate the views, inflate the subscribers, inflate the comments, and people just laugh away at black people themselves and others gather around. No other group of people does this. Everybody gathers around in a big, giant, multiracial circle to tell jokes and to laugh at black people being killed and murdered. I just need you to think about that. All right?